Hello there, and welcome back to Chapter 2 with the Tigerbark Ficus. Today is November 6, 2023. I'm currently turning the lights down in the grow tent, trying to simulate a fall environment, and turn down both the time and the intensity of the lights. So I don't necessarily want to do all the trim work while it's in fall, even though I know it's currently in an active grow state. I'm hoping to stop that. So, it won't be until after December 21st, winter solstice, before I get this thing, or the lights going back up in the other direction, and it'll be just after that when I get this thing trimmed up and repotted. Alright folks, back when I got more to show you.
It is December of 2023, just a couple days before winter solstice. The grow tent's down to about 6 hours of daylight, and the Tigerbark went to a slowdown, but definitely did not stop growing. Over the next couple of months, we're going to get those lights turned back up. Back when I got more to show you. February 19th, 2024. And I'm finally about ready to tear into my Tigerbark Ficus and see what we got going on down there for those roots. I'm going to get these two separated and on their own paths. Alright, let's get this thing started. Alright, they're both bare rooted here. Most of that soil's out. Didn't really wash the roots just yet. This is the smaller tree of the two. And with this one, if I don't just kill this branch in the process, I plan to kind of chop it down. And you've seen those videos where they grow them out and they say chop it here and let it grow out and chop it again. I'm going to try to recreate one of those with this thing, so see what it does. As for the bigger one, I'm just going to let this thing keep growing. I want to see what this thing does, how thick it can get, just let it keep going upwards. So I might trim some of the branches, get a little healthier, but mainly just do a root prune right now, get her potted back up, and put her off to the side and forget about her. So this might be this might be the last time you see this tree for a little while. I'm just going to put her off to the side. Oops. And we'll be coming back to focus more on this one. So I'm going to get the roots pruned up here and give it a good chop, and then I'll just use the rest to propagate and see what I can do, maybe turn a profit. Alright, back in a minute. Alright, we got her potted back up and trimmed back down. Took that main trunk off, starting with just mending that first branch there. And we'll let that grow out, and whatever she does from there, we'll chop her again. Alright folks, back when I got more to show you. It is late August 2024. Tigerbark is looking pretty good. I don't like what happened here, whatever I put on there after I cut this one down. I forget what it was, I have to go back and watch the video, but kind of pulled up into almost a glassy ball right there, and it looks like the stuff is having a hard time layering over it, so probably need to go in there and carve that out. But she sure does enjoy being outside, lots of new growth, shooting out in all sorts of different directions. Looking pretty good. Back when I got more to show you. It is late September 2024, and just bringing my Tigerbark Ficus back inside the house. It's getting a little bit cold out there. I actually brought him in about a week ago. Outside temperatures are getting to the upper 30s now. I brought it back in when they were still staying in the upper 30s, lower 40s. So she did great out in the greenhouse. Man, she just took off. Didn't really trade out leaves, which kind of surprised me. It just kept growing. So I'm gonna give her a quick trim right now, then give her a soap bath real quick, and then put her back into the greenhouse, or put her back into the grow tent anyway. Back in just a minute. And there we have her. Trimmed back up, took the growing tips off of all the upper stuff there. Trimmed the lower ones grow still so they thicken up a little bit faster, or a little bit more anyways. Just encourage them to keep going. We got the tops trimmed. Now I'll go give her a bath real quick and come back when I got more to show you. Hello there. It is October 28th, 2024. Happy Halloween. About to wrap up chapter 2 with the Tigerbark Ficus. If you see some little white dots in there, it's because I was going through and trimming up some of the base leaves that where the branches are growing out from. Oh, look at that, like this one right here. Snip that leaf off, that way it gets a little more light back into the trunk. And we could probably also take off this pruning stub. Sitting in the green tent, it's doing pretty good in there, or in the grow tent. Liking what she's doing. She's really putting on some growth. Just started turning the hours back on it, but I don't think it's going to go back far enough and fast enough to really affect the growth on this tree, especially compared to what I did last year. I'm kind of thinking this is the front of my tree. The root flare on it says it might not be. Take a look at the root flare. It's got one major root coming off over in this direction and one coming off over in this direction, and no other big ones on the other sides of it. So I might have to play with that a little bit, but she's still really young, so we have plenty of time to figure that out. I think we are ready for a chop though. She has some new buds coming in. There's a little new branch coming in there, a little one coming in there, and a few other ones spaced throughout the tree. I kind of believe this is going to be my front though. I kind of like this one, so I'm going to be cutting her way back. I'm not thinking, I'm doing. I spent too much time thinking on this one. I just got to go for it now. I want this to grow out as my next portion of the trunk as it flows out that direction. So I'm going to come in here and if I can get in there properly. Now let's turn it for me. Coming in right here and bam, gone just like that. Clean that up just a little bit. Oop, I don't want to go that far. Take out the next branch. Let's just trim that out with the scissors. And now on this branch, you can see they're pretty thick, they're pretty close. I want to take some of the vigor out of this side, so I'm going to trim this one right back to there. And as for the rest of them, I don't know that I need to trim anything else off it just yet. I kind of want some back budding to happen back here, so maybe I should just trim that off. As a matter of fact, these two are kind of parallel branches to each other, so let's just go ahead and get rid of that one. Oh, I keep forgetting to do any sort of carnage cam, so let's put all the carnage right there. This one is branching out, and I do want to just kind of let it go, see what happens over the rest of the winter here while she sits in the grow tent. And now that I'm kind of taking a second look at her, thinking maybe I should trim some of these back here. So I'm going to trim this one back to an outward facing leaf here. And this branch here, bring it back to a downward facing leaf that I got right there. Get that branch to hopefully grow out that direction, and that branch to start going out that direction. So if this be my front, it'll kind of add to some depth to the tree. I think this got her pruned up where I want her. I did knock off a lot of the dead scale carcasses, but I still found one that was alive, so that means it's time for another shower. She'll be getting that before she goes back into the grow tent tonight. Folks, like it if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to follow along. Any comments, questions, concerns, violent criticisms, please leave them in the comment section below. I'd love to get everybody else's thoughts and opinions on what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, or what I could just be doing better. Back when I got more to show you.